Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Thanks so much for joining me for day 55 of Take a Journey with me. Today I'm just going to kind of share some things with you about writing, why it's important to me, what it means to me, and how God instructs us to write. So, um, writing has been important for everybody and since Bible days, and I'm going to share some passages with you about what God says and Jesus says about writing His Word. So let me just first share these passages and then describe my thoughts about what writing means to me, my feelings and journeys surrounding my writings over the years. And while listening to me, just be mindful to think of beginning to write for yourself or continue or restarting again, and and for God as well. Writing for God, just even if it's just binge and purge and never do anything, read it as a journal, just to be done with it. And I'll describe that some more too. So I'm going to read a handful of passages that to me are just very important for this subject. The first one is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 2. Thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, write all the words which I have spoken to you in a book. Joshua 24, verse 26. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of God, and he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak that was by the sanctuary of the Lord. Romans 16, verse 22. I, Tertius, my pronunciation of his name, I apologize, who write this letter, greet you in the Lord. Habakkuk 2, verse 2. Then the Lord answered me and said, record this vision and inscribe it on tablets, that one who reads it may run. The one who reads it may run. Revelation chapter 1, verse 11, saying, write in a book what you see and send it to the seven churches, to Ephesus and to Smyrna and Pergamum and Thyatira and to Sardis and to Philadelphia and to Laodicea. Sorry, my pronunciations, but to me, I still want you to get the message from what he's saying here. Job chapter 19, verse 23. And that my words were written, oh, that they were inscribed in a book. Proverbs 3 and 3. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablets of your heart. Deuteronomy 3, verse 19. Now therefore write this song for yourselves, and teach it to the sons of Israel. Put it on their lips, so that this song may be a witness for me against the sons of Israel. Psalms 102, verse 18. Lastly, this will be written for the generations to come, that a people yet to be created may praise the Lord. There's more where this came from. There's so many passages out there that speak about writing and how important it is to share God's message and what He's done for you. We're mandated to help others by how He's helped us. So I hope that helps to you and speaks to you as well. So just a little bit about my experience in writing and what it's meant for me. You know, I mostly think of a writer as someone with perfect grammar. You know, spelling is perfect, language and punctuation skills. That's what I've always believed in my heart and had me intimidated. I believe that writers actually are diverse, as diverse as this beautiful world that we live in, and different cultures that we all come from. I love to type, to write, and to express myself. I like to tell my story to others. It helps me. And some of my story, I pray that can help other people as well. I consider opening up as therapy, and I've shared this before, that I think it's kind of like the AA, the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, but they also have taken it to other avenues other than alcohol. But the history and I've seen the play, but with the book about the history of how it started as a group therapy and to share your story and share your story. And it's just how we're here to help each other, how we learn, and hopefully make it easier for the next generations. I know I still need much help with my grammar and the layout of writing and so forth, and that in my speaking as well. The challenges I face in speaking come from many angles for me, unsure of the proper audience of what I'm saying, if I'm saying the right thing for that audience or so forth, how my PTSD affects my memory and the pronunciations as a lot, and the insecurity of what or how I'm presenting it will affect others, how it will affect others. I do my best to improve my writing and speaking abilities, but not be confused with the style of how I write, though, because I like the style of which I write. I like creative writing, and much more so than I do research paper writing from school and so forth. If I could do research papers, however, on topics that are really important to me, then I could handle that a lot better. Things that I'm already interested in. And then, there's things, about culture, your heritage, or your family background, or just things and otherwise that you're passionate about, hobbies, family, and your faith. Excuse me. Doing free form writing is really awesome. It helps you focus. Just randomly write for so many minutes a day, or write at the end of the day about what went on for you that day. Combination of those things as well. Journaling is something I used to do, like a routine, and then I've just kind of left that aside. But I've been taking some classes with the VA on Zoom, and this really helped me get back into this frame of mind. I love to write and poetry, like I've said, and about my life, but this is extremely therapeutic for me, and it can be for all of us, whether we share any of it or not, or just share parts and not depths, because I don't think all of us need to know all the depth of everybody's lives, obviously. But it reminds me of a homeroom school teacher that I just, to this day, I just adore. He's meant the world to me and helped me in my life. What he did is when I would go into school each day for homeroom, he knew that there was a bad situation going on in my life, and he would just say, "Go in here, Joan, and just write your heart out. Write your heart out." And at the each end of each time, he would rip the papers up. I've run it a lot of times. Well, what did I say? Maybe I could use that now, but it's better. Let it go, right? Let it go. Like emotions, we need to let it go. I wrote it, I let it go. Um, letting your feelings out and completely sharing them to others, or just sharing them on the paper is, like I said, is so therapeutic. Though it may not always pretty, it's a form of necessary purging your thoughts and emotions. It's not healthy to keep everything inside, and if you don't want to share it with everybody, or if you shouldn't share it with everybody, let it out for you, for your mental health. It's like a grief and loss ceremony at a PTSD program I went to in 2010, where we burned something and then we let balloons go after we read about them. Um, I understand that many things are embarrassing, and we don't want others to know all the details, and that's 100% understandable. I don't share every detail with you. Um, I started writing my autobiography, or my memoir, actually, in 1997. That's a long time ago, but it was just all rough, a lot of notes. I would carry this notebook around with me and do bullets, and then I would separate it like a school book, a bunch of class dividers, subject matter divider book, and I would do different sections of my life, and then go back to that section, and then I put it in a manuscript, and then I met the publisher. I've been on and off again with the publisher for years too, for health reasons and a lot of other things. But it's just been more therapeutic for me than anything else. If I'm writing about something, my heart's leading me to write, I can write anywhere, no matter what the setting is, because it's just about getting the message across at that time. But when I'm typing papers and poems that really are from my heart, that I need to write them, in more quiet, private places, so I can concentrate. Because PTSD and other reasons, I'm just like OCD. I'll get distracted easily, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Um, so I don't feel a need for silence and a calmness around me when writing everything, but I do in other things, and I'm sure I'm not alone with that either. I think God has given something to us inside of us all to share, that we need to write, whether we share it or not. But there's a lot of things about all of our lives that we can benefit from learning from one another. So don't hold back. You can just go share something one-on-one with someone that may need to hear what you've gone through today and help them. But it's good to have it written format. So go to Him and allow Him to direct your purging of your words. What would we do if we couldn't express them in these times of distress? When was the last time that you spent time writing from your heart? Journaling, poetry, devotional studies, notes from a sermon, etc. The therapy which comes from writing is truly amazing to me. It lifts so much of the weight off of me. I pray you'll begin doing this again or for the first time, or again if you haven't done it in a while. Be mindful of what you're writing, your surroundings, and don't hold back on what you're feeling. You can kind of jumble up your words like I do half the time, and some of the things I share, and just in my life and my writing. It doesn't have to all be perfect, and I think that's what holds a lot of us back. Because, like I said at the beginning, I think our writers are perfect grammar and so forth, but love your own voice. Every voice is valid. And I just wanted to share that with you because, if you pray and read the Bible, you take notes from the words He speaks to you when you're doing these writings, and you learn from all that and listening to the Bible, and then you start journaling and you can combine all this. So I just wanted to share why writing is important to me and why sharing what I write is important to me. And I hope you'll just begin or restart your writing as well, because it's just so therapeutic, and it helps us get closer to God too. Thanks for taking this time with me again, and I'll see you tomorrow for something a little bit more structured, but I just hope this helps you a little bit. I love y'all. Thanks. Bye-bye.